Seeing this happen to a company that many respected and wanted to see succeed, as well as being extremely hyped for each new MCU release, is just an absolute shame. But not a surprise, and many of us saw it coming from a mile away. As now everything when it comes to Marvel's Disney Plus shows seems to be delayed. Even the release of Loki Season 2 is now seeming to be pushed back by the looks of it. Marvel Studios further delays Disney Plus content, pushes back all upcoming releases to unspecified dates. And this is what happens when you started the whole MCU movement back in Phase 4 and continued to focus in on it within this next upcoming phase. You have Agatha, Ironheart, and the Marvels that were supposed to be released very soon, but their releases have been pushed back even further. And this is what happens when you spread yourself thin. You get poor quality in production, and it's a lot harder to manage multiple projects at a time, which is also a problem that Marvel seems to be facing, and that is having absolutely terrible management. And it certainly doesn't help with all the identity politics that Marvel has been introducing since Phase 4. Having Kevin Feige wanting to double down on unwanted characters that many people aren't interested in, such as Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, and in general, wanting to have more female heroes than males. Big red flag. And Marvel movies have been on a decline when it comes to box office numbers, having Ant-Man 3 being Marvel's first possible box office flop, making less than the first Ant-Man movie. But it's not just Ant-Man, it's also Black Panther Wakanda Forever, a film that was being hyped up to surpass the first Black Panther movie, and what happened? It had lower than expected returns. Money is starting to dry up when it comes to Marvel, and the return on investment isn't worth it. Spending $200 million on a movie, not counting marketing, and only ending up making such a small percentage back, and that percentage keeps dwindling as more and more movies are released. And what appears to be yet further confirmation that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is currently both directionless and in shambles, a recent update to the official Disney Plus website appears to indicate that Marvel is further delaying all of its streaming exclusive content. And who can you thank for what is happening to Marvel? Kevin Feige. You can also argue that Victoria Alonso was also a problem, which I do agree, but she has a lower position than Kevin Feige, and ultimately Kevin Feige is the one who is greenlighting everything. As per edits made by the House of Mouse on March 15th, where once the streaming service listed official tentative release windows for all of its upcoming Marvel series: Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Daredevil, Born Again, Echo, Ironheart, Loki Season 2, Secret Invasion, Spider-Man Freshman Year, What If Season 2, and X-Men 97, it now asserts that each project is simply coming soon. This is just a giant crap pile that Marvel has to be in panic. There's no way they aren't. It's something to see that an article has to do these announcements on the delays for Marvel rather than Marvel themselves. And when it comes to shows such as Agatha, Echo, and Ironheart, we've known that they've been delayed once again, bringing in characters that no one wants to see or ask for, but here we are getting them. And they either have been delayed for touch-ups in post-production to ensure better quality, or in the case of Agatha, being delayed for story reasons. Once again, adding onto that budget even more. Just sucking the balls of money dry at this point. Not being able to make an announcement as to when these shows are going to be released, having to add coming soon, rather than having a time window as to when these shows are going to come out. I just don't find a point anymore in having Marvel themselves doing those new phase timelines announcements. There's no point in that anymore because it seems that they can't even stick to that schedule that they give themselves. This shakeup comes just a little over 2 months after Marvel boss Kevin Feige revealed to Entertainment Weekly that in light of Disney announcing that they would be seeking to cut roughly $3 billion in costs from their budget, the pace at which we're putting out the Disney Plus shows will change so they can each get a chance to shine. $3 billion. They are fucked. They are absolutely fucked. My God. If the quality they were getting now is already atrocious, just imagine how it's going to look when these cuts take place. All that extra money just bye-bye. And that's also Disney's plan, is to cut costs down across the board due to the amount of money that they've been bleeding and making investors unhappy about the company. Because both Disney and Marvel were just throwing unlimited amounts of cash into the fire, and that being into their products that no matter how much money went into each project, it never really truly succeeded when it came to having fantastic numbers when it comes to profit-wise. And people would eat this stuff up. That's if the content was of quality and was actually enjoyable as Marvel Phases 1 through 3 were. But once Phase 4 came along and introduced all that identity politics bullshit, which no one asked for, everything just took a dump. Not listening to what the fans actually wanted to see, but rather the opposite. And here are the images comparing these shows, showing their time frame of release date to now saying coming soon. You can see Loki season 2 saying that was going to stream in summer of 2023 on Disney Plus to coming soon. Same thing with Secret Invasion and What If season 2. In due time, Marvel or Disney is going to have to make an announcement on these shows, given a release date or just the potential delay of the show, just ending up costing Disney at the end of the day more money to keep these projects afloat and alive. And if they continue down this path and having agendas and identity politics back in these new Marvel movies and shows, it is going to keep failing. And the continued loss of the fan base will keep growing and growing until there's only a small percentage that are left in which Marvel and Disney have pandered to. And with all that in mind, I'd like to get your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.